Do you question or doubt yourself is the first thing I want to ask people. And that is that we always have people around us telling us you can't do this, you cannot do that, you will not be able to do this, or you're too old to do this. And these are the things that we grow up with because we all go through the cycle of schooling, college, job, and then getting married and having a family. And that's how my life was going. Until that one very fateful day when I got a call from my sister saying, my mom has met with an accident and she's no more. Now that shook me. That shook me so bad that I realized that I had to learn to live a life I also wanted to live. Thankfully, my husband supported all my craziness. So I started off by thinking of all the things that I wanted to do, but I probably would not take up as a profession because I had the responsibility of my son who wanted to become a pilot, my daughter who was a slow learner, as I also have a slow learner daughter. Today she's a teacher, my son is a pilot. I fulfilled all those, but along with that, I realized how important it was for me to face that face in the mirror every morning. So I started going for dance classes, acting classes. I took, at the age of 48, I went and did an event diploma course, which I loved to do. I wanted to take up events as a profession. I couldn't do it, but today wherever I go to an event, I'm giving my 2 bits. And I've learned. So what basically I'm trying to tell you is that there is no age. Age should not be a bar to continue to learn. I love, as I said, I love dancing, but I dance in my head. I really can't dance on stage, perhaps. But I want people to know that whatever the little bucket lists that we keep in our lives are meant to be dived into at every milestone of our life. And I believe that we all should have 3 bucket lists. 3 bucket lists which I call first the career or the goal bucket list, which we all know is about the job, about what we choose to do as a profession or what we want to achieve, our milestones, the money we want to make, the career goals. Second one is the family one. The family bucket list is needed not just for you to, to bond with your family, to spend time with your family, to take out that meal time. I have to spend so many hours with my child, I have to do so much for him. Quality time more than quantity time is important today because we all are rushed in lives. So please remember it's about quality time and not about quantity time. And most importantly is the third one I call the happiness bucket list, which is your own bucket list. Things you want to do. Whether you want to dive off a cliff, jump into the waters, whatever it is, the tiniest of tiniest things need to be on that list. Not just your list, but you have to even remember that the people in your family have those unusual, different, items that they want to do, which they want to tick off on their list. So it's important you ask them what they want to do and help them to achieve their bucket list also. That is something we forget. When we talk about bucket list, we talk about only our own bucket list. But we have people around us. And I've always believed that if you ask what worse can happen, you'll get a no. Now, I love studio hopping. I'm a crazy Bollywood fan, and I've always been a crazy Bollywood fan, and I've always wanted to go to the studios, and because I always wanted to see what happens on the, I didn't want to act on, face the camera, I wanted to see what happens sitting on the set. So one day I just wrote a post. People talk about social media and how you should use it. Social media is my best friend, and I'm proud to say it. I have no hang-ups about social media not giving me what I want, because it has always given me everything I want. I've connected to the most beautiful people on social media. I have learned so much from social media. Yes, you have to use it carefully. 100% you have to be careful about what you pick up from there. My face is what you see is my face. I have no second face to show on social media. I am what you will get on social media. So I started using social media much more when the pandemic struck. When the pandemic struck, I realized since I'm such a people's person, I needed to talk to people, and I was stuck in the house and I didn't know what to do. So I saw somebody going live on Insta, interviewing somebody, and I said, why can't I do that? So I started calling up all my friends, and I said, look, I want to talk to you, but I want to talk to you on Insta Live. And I created a series called Gupshup Diaries, and I interviewed 200 people during the pandemic on my Insta Live, and these are all the people who have done something different, some different hobby, some different profession. So what basically I gave out during the pandemic was that there are so many things you can do, and I think I gave a bit of thought to the person too, because if a friend had been interviewed by me, they came back and told me, I actually enjoyed revisiting my own journey, because nobody really asks you to talk about yourself, and this interviews gave them an opportunity to speak and revisit everything that they've done in life. And I think that was one of the best times that I had, was during the pandemic, of doing these interviews. And then I decided to podcast. So I was already podcasting, but I decided that I'll take it a step forward, and I started interviewing people on my podcast. And now I'm in my third season of podcast, which I call Rewire Life with Hira Mehta, in 1.5 minutes, where I only give positive vibes. And that's my podcast that I've continued to do. People will ask me after retirement, what did you achieve? By doing a course in event management or doing a course in voicing. Well, I found my voice. I started writing. Even when I was working, I was writing, and I used to write in the lunchtime, mail it off to myself, and sort of, revisit it on the weekend and create stories. So till today, I have written 5 books, and I write non-fiction more because, as I said, I love to give positive vibes. So that's what I do. And I got an opportunity even to mentor students of a course, and I've done soft skill training for a company recently. I want to take my soft skills experience. I would call it my experiences of having worked for so many years to more people, is what I want to do now. So, well, I'm just going to say that please hone your hobbies. Hobbies will not bring you money. They may not be turned into professions, but they will give you a great deal of satisfaction. And that is very important. So I'm Hira Mehta. I'm an author. I'm a podcaster. I'm a soft skills trainer. I mentor people. I volunteer. And that is one aspect of my life that I love to do, and that is volunteer. I took up dementia as my social cause. I made a film on it. I put it out on YouTube. I have acted in a few short films, all for my friends. One is on Hotstar, the rest of them are all on YouTube. But I'm enjoying every day of my life with new experiences, and that is what I tell people to do, is please find new things to do. Experience life every day anew, so when you get up in the morning and look at that face in the mirror, you will at least see that face smiling back at you. Growing old is no option, but growing up is definitely an option that we have in our hands. And so I would say, please keep learning. Definitely inspire yourself to do things you've never done before. Learn more. I love learning, and so learning is something I'm not going to stop. I may not make money out of it, which I will never do, I know. But having retired, I think that the best thing that I have learned in life is to live my life. Thank you. Namaste.